Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, this new signal in the daily Bitcoin MACD has just been confirmed. But while this is happening, we are also potentially forming a new pattern here in the short term, which we need to pay attention to. More on that later in the video, so definitely stick around. First of all, just giving you a really quick update here on the daily Bitcoin chart. Obviously, we still have this bullish divergence in play, as I've been talking about over the last few days. And in case you're new to the channel, what a bullish divergence means is that we're due to see reduced bearish momentum potentially over the next week or so. But on top of this bullish divergence playing out on the daily Bitcoin chart, we also now have a bullish cross in the daily Bitcoin MACD, which has now been confirmed with one daily candle close. And in fact, if you take a closer look at the daily Bitcoin MACD, looking at the last few times where we saw a bullish cross in this indicator on this time frame, as you can see in the Bitcoin price itself, this usually happens just before some bullish price action, whether that means a volatile move to the upside or some very slight bullish price action. Either way, a bullish cross in the daily Bitcoin MACD simply signals that some bullish momentum is returning, at least in the short term, talking about the next week, for example. And so now that we have an active bullish cross in the daily Bitcoin MACD, once again, this means that we're likely due to see some bullish price action over the next week or so. But once again, this doesn't necessarily mean a massive move to the upside like that example. And instead, like these other examples, we could see some more gradual moves to the upside. And in fact, in this last example that we saw back here towards around the middle of October, when we saw that bullish cross, we ended up seeing quite a few days, almost 1 week worth of choppy sideways price action before we actually saw a little bit more bullish price action roughly a week later. And so as always, with signals like this in the daily Bitcoin MACD, it's always better to remain a little bit more flexible rather than expecting a certain outcome. For example, the Bitcoin price reaching a certain level by an exact date. Unfortunately, that's not how we can really use this signal, and instead this signal is mostly used to tell us that some bullish momentum is beginning to return here on the daily time frame, and that we're likely due to see either some sideways price action or more likely some slight bullish price action sometime over the next week or so. But once again, as I've been mentioning in recent videos here on the channel, even though we're seeing signals like this at the moment on the daily Bitcoin chart, or signals like this bullish divergence, technically speaking, at least as of right now, we have not yet reversed the larger trend at play here, which is technically still a bearish trend as of recording this video. But once again, like I've been saying in recent videos here on the channel, based on these signals like this bullish divergence and now this bullish cross in the daily Bitcoin MACD, we are likely heading into more of a pause within the larger bearish trend, kind of like what we saw back here or back here, for example. And now if you zoom into the short term, looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, obviously this choppy sideways price range hasn't changed over the last few days, so we still have this range of support sitting at around 15.7 to 15.8k, and this range of resistance sitting at around 16.9 to 17k. And as of right now, if you're looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin price oscillators, these are looking relatively neutral because, for example, the RSI is basically chopping around sideways right around the neutral level, which is 50. And if you're looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin MACD, we're currently seeing declining bullish momentum in the short term, which, as I said in my last video, this is pointing towards some more choppy sideways price action in the imminent short term here on the 4-hour chart, which usually talks about over the next 1 to 2 days. And so at least just in the immediate short term here in the smaller time frames, this is still one of the most likely scenarios moving forward, simply some more choppy sideways price action in between this price range just here that I've been talking about for a while now on this channel once again. But now if you zoom into an even smaller time frame here on the 2-hour Bitcoin chart, what we're potentially forming right now is a possible head and shoulders pattern, because the Bitcoin price has clearly formed a left shoulder, a head, and right now potentially forming a right shoulder as of recording this video. But it is important to understand that at least as of right now, at the time of recording this video, this pattern has not yet been confirmed, because we still need to see this right shoulder complete and a confirmed break below this level of support, which is sitting at around 16.3k approximately. And if that happens, if we do end up seeing the price of Bitcoin come back down towards around 16.3k and then confirm a break below that level, then the technical price target for this head and shoulders pattern in that scenario would be sitting at around 15.9k, so just underneath $16,000, which from the point of the break to that price target would be a drop in the price of Bitcoin by around 2 to 3% to the downside. But once again, this technical price target only activates, it only comes into play once we see a confirmed break below this neckline, which may not happen. We simply need to wait and see if that happens. But anyway, getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this right here is the daily ETH to US dollar chart. And right now, as of recording this video, the price of ETH is still running into this previous golden pocket level of support, which is now acting as new resistance. And this is sitting at around 1180 up to 1210. So like I said in my last video, we really need to see a daily candle close above around 1210 for the price of ETH. And if that happens, if we see a confirmed break above this level on the daily time frame, then the next level of resistance to the upside is sitting closer towards 1.3k. And now if you're looking at the daily Ethereum price oscillators, we are not seeing the same bullish divergence here for ETH like we're seeing for Bitcoin. But with that being said, we're still seeing an uptrend potentially forming in this daily Ethereum RSI, while we're seeing reduced bearish momentum in the daily Ethereum MACD. And these are the type of signals that we normally see in the daily price oscillators when we're about to see a bit of a pause in the trend, which usually results in some choppy sideways price action like what we saw back here. Obviously, we saw a lot of choppy sideways price action coming next after September entering into October. And something else to mention here while we're on the daily Ethereum chart, we have not yet seen that bullish cross in the daily Ethereum MACD like we've seen for Bitcoin on the daily time frame. And so this just means that as of right now on the daily time frame, Ethereum is still lacking a bit of bullish momentum. And so at least as of right now, while these indicators are still looking like this, I would not be expecting a lot of bullish price action. Really, I wouldn't be expecting anything above 1.3k anytime soon, talking about the next week or so. But of course, that still leaves some room to the upside, at least just in the short term, perhaps up towards around 1.3k where that resistance is sitting at. And that is also what this bump and run reversal pattern is suggesting based on the 4-hour Ethereum chart. We already have a lead-in phase, the bump phase, and now a breakout to the upside. Although over the last one day, obviously we've been lacking some bullish momentum, as I also said yesterday, based on these 4-hour Ethereum price oscillators. And so at least for now, I wouldn't be surprised if we play out a little bit more choppy sideways price action in the imminent short term, talking about the coming hours, maybe even over the next day. But technically speaking, considering the price is still holding above this descending line of resistance, which is now acting as some new support, and by the way, this is sitting at around 1170. And so considering this is happening, we still have a technical price target for this pattern right here, which is coming into play at the beginning of the lead-in phase, sitting at around 1.3k approximately. And as I mentioned in my last video, this technical price target and this pattern overall only gets invalidated if we see a confirmed break back below this descending line right here, which once again is sitting at around 1170. And now if you want to know how to maximize your profits in crypto, no matter if the price is going up, down, or simply chopping around sideways, then make sure to check out these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left of your screen shows you how to make money in crypto if the price is going either up or down, and the video in the bottom left of your screen shows you how to make money in crypto if the price is chopping around sideways. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.